let's get to some local action that happened this weekend. Medeama Sporting Club, they were in action against Remo Stars all the way in Nigeria. They managed to get a penalty victory. Dreams FC also managing to see out their game 2-1. Let me just take snap thoughts from you guys and then we can go on, Edwin.
Look, not the most convincing ways to qualify, but I feel both sides will be happy. As long as we have two teams progressing in the tournament, I think Ghanaians should be happy. We didn't give Medeama too much of an opportunity going to Nigeria, hoping they would get a result. Even though they lost, they still had that mental fortitude to go through the penalty shootout, which Ghanaian teams are not particularly good at in the big moments. But they held their nerve, got the penalty result, and are through to the next round. At this stage, you face the easier sides. It's the next few rounds that will determine how good you are. And you expect that having got through this first round, having got some confidence from beating a team that was more fancy than you, you'd expect Medeama's PS to take it as, you know, a good result, move into the next round and possibly build their confidence from that. Confidence is a lot when it comes to playing football. And once you've got that first result under your belt, you feel that you can beat anyone. And we hope that they take this mindset into the next game where certainly tougher teams will come. For Dreams FC, it was nice to see them come from a goal down. It's something that we've struggled to do. Once we go down by a goal to nil, we struggle to come back because our teams fall apart. The players lose their nerves and then they start conceding. But this time, they held their nerves, came back and qualified. So I'm happy our two teams have made it. We've not had that in a very long time. We have to celebrate, but not too much because there's still a lot of work to do. We want to get to the group stages, the money stages. That is where we prove our mettle. That is where we improve our coefficient ratings. That's where we can get more teams, more of our teams into these competitions so that we show that we are actually one of the best footballing nations in Ghana. We have not shown that in a while, and this is a good opportunity to do so.
Coach, just snap thoughts on those two teams making progress to the next round.
I'm extremely happy. In the case of Medeama, we did a program on Sports Panorama. I didn't give them any chance of qualifying. I told myself that because of the way football is being run in this country, our two teams are not prepared. They are not preparing properly. As a coach, I would never be happy if my teams were to go and compete in such an important competition and they go through the sort of preparation that they are going through to enable them go and play. I would just not be happy. So looking at that, I actually thought that, look, it will be very, very difficult for them to survive in Nigeria. And I listened to the commentary. I've not watched the game. There was a disallowed goal in the 89th minute. The Nigerians scored in the 89th minute. That would have made it 2-0. And I was like, oh my goodness, not again. And when I heard the commentator shouting, the linesman has flagged for an offside, I said, mentally, psychologically, that is a breakthrough. And I wasn't surprised at all. In fact, the goalkeeper of Medeama, he made 3 saves in the penalty shootout.
That's massive.
3 saves.
That's massive.
And for me, that was completely super stuff on the part of the young man. In the case of Dreams FC, I agreed exactly with everything that Edwin said. Look, they came from a goal down. And they didn't drop their heads when the going was stopped because I think about a 70-something minute, I've forgotten, they were still trailing. But they kept playing. Karim Zito, he tweaked and tweaked the tactics. He did all sort of stuff just to influence the game. And the moment they got that equalizing goal, you could feel it, that they would go on and win it. And look, whoever advised them to get Kwame entry, that person have done very, very well because you could feel his presence. As somebody who has experienced these sort of games before. He's been there before. He's played in the Champions League before. Very experienced young, guy. And if you look at the manner in which he took that second goal, from a direct corner kick, bang, into the back of the net, you need people like that to step up. But again, Nketia, I can only hope.
Now we can make it to the group stage.
To the group stage. But look, truth be told, I don't think we'll make it to the group stage. Because we've sat in this studio but we sat here and we've looked at the standard of the African Champions League. To get to that group stage, you need to play far better. Our teams have qualified. I'm happy.
It's about to get hotter.
It's going to get even. Last season, was it last year or Tuesday when Hearts of Oak won? Hearts didn't lose any game here. Hearts won all their games here in Accra. But the moment the North Africans start showing themselves, that will be the end of the party.